the Ruger Standard Automatic, what is arguably the most successful .22 semi-automatic pistol ever. This was conceived by William B. Ruger probably about the same time many baby boomers were being conceived. This dates back to 1949. It's had a continuous run in various forms for a long time. I bought this in 1970, and we're going to talk more about it, but let's first of all just run a quick magazine through here at the plates, and then we'll talk more about this classic pistol. The Ruger Standard Automatic, using just some cheapy Federal target ammunition that I've had sitting around for a while. Let's just see if this will work, and of course you know I gotta go ask Alice. And the plates. And a 3-inch at the bottom. Another one. And another one. And the answer is no. Notice, after the last shot, the bolt did not hold back. That was one of the design features, or lack of features, I should say, in the early Standard Automatic. However, if you push the safety lever up and hold the bolt back, it will stay open. Okay, as I mentioned, this was designed back in 1949 by William B. Ruger. This was originally designed after the Japanese Nambu pistol. A lot of people seem to think it has a resemblance to the German Luger P08, and it does have some resemblance to it, but again, it was not designed after the Luger, it was designed after the Japanese Nambu. Bill Ruger didn't have a lot of money to start this up. He designed it, but it caught the attention of a gentleman, the last name of Sturm, and he actually financed it with $50,000 down and became a partner in the company, which became Sturm, Ruger and Company. Actually, this isn't quite the first. The first one had a 4 3/4-inch barrel. This one you can see has a 6-inch barrel. Interesting design, though. It was fairly economical to make. It had a stamped steel frame that was welded together, and after 22 years, apparently the dies for the stamping ran out, and in 1971 they switched over to a forged and machined frame. This one is late 1970, and it still has the stamped frame. Now, I had to look really, really close to see where the weld is on this. It is extremely well-made design, and like I say, I had to look close. You'll also notice that on the right grip panel there is no medallion. On the left grip panel there is a black, see if I can get it to focus here. There is a black eagle. And the Black Eagle came in after Sturm's death in, I think it was 1951, and it was prior to that. It was a red eagle on it. Fully serrated trigger, chrome plated. It looks like it's probably a pot metal, but it works good. This trigger breaks, believe it or not, at about 2.5 pounds. Of course, again, it has had a lot of ammunition to it. My kids learned how to shoot on this gun. My grandkids have also shot this gun, and again, it's been around for a while. Basic sights, not a whole lot to it, just a plain old notch rear and almost a Partridge style front sight, and I did put some reddish orange paint on it to make it a little bit more visible, which does help in quickly picking up the sight. Magazine release is on the bottom, European style, and pull back on that, pull the magazine out. Now, these magazines are not interchangeable with the later style Ruger. This is the Mark IV Ruger, probably the latest and probably so far the best iteration of the breed. But the magazines are different, and see on the original magazines, the magazine follower is on the left, the right side of the magazine. On the new ones, it is on the left. These original magazines, by the way, were only 9 round, not the 10 rounds of the current. Again, a lot of that's to do with the spring design at the bottom. But it does work. It ran that cheap ammunition with no problem, but we got to try it at a little greater distance. So let's pull it out to 25 yards and see how this Standard Automatic will do. 1970 vintage Ruger Standard Automatic, but I'm going to be using modern CCI mini mag ammunition. Got to make sure the magazine is all the way seated. If you don't get it past that catch, it won't chamber the first round, and it does come in nicely. Let's start out with a raccoon there on the right, and how about the crow next to it, and there's a standing prairie dog green one over there. All right, there's a woodchuck. Let's see, there's a paint can. I don't know if there's any paint left in those or not. Apparently not. Nope, nothing happening. It's just barely going to move the head on the black if I hit it. And that is it, and you can see that it does not hold open. I love this little old gun. It's accurate, it's reliable, doesn't have some of the modern features, but hey, it's a fun gun to shoot. Now, in 1982, they came out with the Mark II. Well, before the Mark II, I think that for a brief period they had what was actually called the Mark I. This standard automatic was not called the Mark anything, but they came out with one with target sights, a couple other features on it, and called it the Mark I. 1982, they came out with the Mark II. Around 2004, I think it was, they came out with the Mark III, and then in 2016, they came out with the Mark IV, which has a much improved takedown. I'm not going to bother to take this one down right now, but it really is a pain. But based on the serial number, look up on this, and when I bought it, and again, I've still got the original box for it. I bought it in 1970, and according to the serial number, it was about mid-1970 production run, so the last of the stamped steel. Let's just see what this little old gun will do at 50 yards. The gun is more than 50 years old. The design is more than 75 years old. Will it hold its own at 50 yards? But let's see if I can get that silver plate on the left. How about the 16-inch high right, 12-inch below it, 10-inch to the left of the 16, 8-inch below that, and the 6-inch to the left of that. Oh, come on. There we go. And I'm guessing that was the last shot. Oh, no, it wasn't. There, that's the last shot. Ruger Standard Automatic. Again, I won't say this is the gun that started it all, but boy, it has led to just a tremendous line of really fun, reliable pistols. And I really do like this one. Of course, I like my Mark IV too, but it's just fun to dig this out of the safe. An oldie, but a goodie. Thanks for stopping in.